Welcome in everyone to this week's edition of Valpo Basketball Weekly, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. Brandon Vickery with you. Glad to be joined by the head coach of the Valpo men's basketball program, Matt Loddick. And Coach, let's start with this past weekend. We heard from you after the game on Sunday, but now that you've had a little bit of time to look at film and kind of digest the weekend series, just what are your takeaways? What are your thoughts on what you liked and what you need to do better going forward?
Well, you look at both games and, I thought Saturday night, obviously we shot the ball a little bit better. It was good to, have Ben Cricky get his feet wet from the three-point line. He hadn't hit three this year, hit two in that game. Donovan obviously shot it pretty well. But we didn't defend well enough to win. And Missouri State, as you look at them, they've got really talented offensive players. And they were a little better in person than on film to me, actually. But there's a reason they're 10-1. And I thought they did a good job of, focusing on getting the ball inside and then surrounding, Prim with a lot of shooters. And they were a tough guard. The next night I actually thought we defended better, had a little more pop. But we didn't shoot the ball as well. And so there were things that we liked, didn't turn the ball over, had a lot of assisted baskets, got to the foul line, things that we wanted to emphasize. But ultimately we've just got to, continue to get better. Haven't played the way that we want to play yet. Got to play better to win in this league.
I know you don't want to make excuses, but I think fans are interested in the behind the scenes of how the week went and the challenges of playing after limited practice time. Just what can you tell us about what things were like behind the scenes in terms of preparing for that series?
It was difficult. And, we really had 3 team practices before playing that game. And so that's just the reality of it, it kind of feels like we're fighting with one hand tied behind our back but everyone's dealing with something. And so we've just got to understand that, where we were at, right. We had that return to play protocol. So we didn't have a full team. We had 8 scholarship guys and we had, Malik included in that, who was coming back off an injury. But again, it's just the reality of this year, and we're just going to have to roll with it and not going to make excuses and keep moving forward.
And the latest news today is that the Southern Illinois series this weekend will be postponed. Yeah. Just what's this like as a coaching staff or as a team to start to prepare for one opponent, now not sure what's going to happen this weekend? And I know everybody across the country is dealing with this, but just what's this like?
It feels like it's hit us a little bit harder, especially, relative to the league. It's hard. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's tough, but, we're just going to have great practices this week. Hopefully the conference can rearrange some stuff. We can place someone, as I looked at the calendar, upon hearing that news, we're going to have a stretch there in February. We're going to play 10 games in 21 days. I want to avoid that as much as possible because that's going to be pretty exhausting just for our guys. But again, nothing we can do, right? We have to control what we can control. And right now in front of us is a practice day today. And we're looking forward to that. I will tell you, the thing that's given me a lot of life this year is just how much our guys want to work and how willing they are to continue to fight and get better. And that gives me a lot of life.
Let's talk about some of your individuals. Ben Cricky had a 17-point first half in the first game this weekend. He's someone that's maybe been hit the hardest in terms of quarantines. Just what have you seen from Ben, and what were your thoughts on his play this weekend?
I mean, Ben's awfully talented. I thought he was aggressive. I do think he's, moving up the scouting reports, him and Donovan, maybe a little bit lower last year on the scouting report. And this year they're moving up, guys that we're trying to get into good spots. And, Ben's proven he can be a consistent and effective and efficient scorer. And so we want to continue to try to get him the ball in his spots. And then, just have him not be satisfied if he has 17 or 4, whatever you said in the first half. I mean, let's double that up in the second half because I do think he's that type of scorer and capable of doing it.
How about Malik Maitland? There was a stretch where he didn't play a ton late in non-conference. He played more this weekend. Where do you see in terms of where he's at right now, and what do you need from him going forward the rest of the way?
Well, I think the addition of Malik's going to help a ton. I did think he, got his feet wet the first night. I thought he played much better the second night. And, when you look at Malik, what does he bring? He just brings us a lot of pop. I thought for the first time in a while, we were moving with some pace. And I think a lot of it was because he was in the game. He does a great job of screening. He's a very willing screener. He's a very emotional player. we're still trying to work him back into game shape, but I thought he took really positive steps. I mean, he is down, and I'm not exaggerating, from a month ago, down about 25 pounds. And so that's going to help a lot. That's another guy that's a proven scorer in our league. And, if you look at our team right now, the one thing that we're struggling with is just consistent baskets. And adding Malik in there, who was consistent last year, to that mix is going to help us a ton.
Let's talk about Aaron Gordon this weekend. I thought it was interesting on Sunday, the number of minutes he played, the number of shots he took compared to Saturday and compared to some of the previous games. He's the only senior in your starting lineup. What do you need out of Aaron, and what did you see this weekend?
Well, just consistency, it's not ideal that Aaron plays 20 first half minutes and Daniel, 18 and a half, I think is where it ended up. But, Donovan got in foul trouble. You're down to, 8 scholarship guys and really 3 of those are 5 men, so you're looking at 5 guards and a couple of those guys are freshmen. So we need his experience. We needed to lean on him. I was proud of the adjustment he made from Saturday to Sunday. I mean, I think Saturday he played 19, 20 minutes and took 1 shot, more aggressive on Sunday. Really his offensive presence kept us in the game in the first half and kept us within striking distance in the second game. And so again, he consistent, understands what we're doing, veteran leadership, and that's what we need from Aaron.
There he is, the head coach of the Valpo men's basketball program, Matt Maitland. Once again, this is program brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, and we will keep you posted on any schedule changes here as we move through the week with Valpo men's basketball. And thanks for tuning in, and for all the latest, check out valpoathletics.com.